they don't tell the entire story, because that 5-4 record could very easily be 8 and something if the Pirates had scored some runs for them. But you can't control that part. All you go out and do is try to do your job as a pitcher, and that's what he has been doing. Last 2 games for Zach Duke. Last time out, 7 innings, 2 runs. The start before that, 8 innings, 2 runs. He's been doing just fine.
So Duke to face Castillo, and we're underway. Pitch a strike.
You just wonder, Tim, if the Mets might think about running a good bit. They lead the National League in stolen bases, and with their big guns out, Beltran and Carlos Delgado, they might think about running if they get the opportunities.
And running for the Pirates tonight will be a little difficult because nobody runs on Santana.
I mean, literally, figuratively, literally, however you want to put it. They don't. Nobody has.
Castillo hits this one in the left center field gap. Danger Morgan in the sun reaches up and makes the grab.
Well, that early game sun, always a factor in the first inning, but Niger had it measured. No problem.
Danger Morgan in left, McLeod at center. Brandon Moss back in right field tonight. The ferocious LaRoches, as Steve calls them, on the corners. Wilson and Sanchez in the middle, and Jason Jaramillo catching Zach Duke. 1 down for Fernando Martinez.
Like a lot of things about Zach Duke, 10 starts, only 17 free passes issued to go along with his 42 strikeouts. Very good K to W ratio.
Breaking ball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And no stranger to the Mets. This is career start number 6, 2-1 with a good ERA against the Metropolitans.
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground to Freddie Sanchez. And they're on 2 away.
You might not want to take too much time away from the TV tonight if you're going to stick with this ball game, because Duke doesn't waste any time. Santana doesn't waste any time. This game could move along rather briskly.
You made dinner reservations for 8:30, didn't you?
I did. And to back it up, I made another one for 8 o'clock.
You might be late for that one.
And that's lefty.
David Wright moves up in the order to the 3 spot tonight. Last night he hit 5th behind Gary Sheffield. He'll hit in front of him tonight. And a strike called. Good deal on the fastball by Zach Duke.
Ted Barrett calling the balls and strikes, and back at home plate. The crew chief Tim McClelland at first, Adrian Johnson at second, Scott Berry umpiring at third, and Zach Duke just pouring pitches into that strike zone. There's Ted Barrett and the rest of his crew.
0-2. Just high. 1-2 to David Wright. Wright last night 0 for 3 with a walk. Hot shot. Watch out.
There are some numbers, Tim, that you just say, okay, well, yeah, whatever. But Ian Snell has been dominant against David Wright, and David Wright is one fine baseball player. But the dance continued last night. Ian did a good job against him.
This one in the air to right field, and Brandon Moss will take care of it in a 1-2-3 inning for Zach Duke to start things off here at PNC Park. Bucks coming to bat next. We'll take you to Morgantown live. And there is Nyjer Morgan leading off the bottom of the first inning after Zach Duke got the Mets in order. Facing Johan Santana. Morgan takes high for a ball. A Nyjer character, he's going to be wearing a wire tomorrow, Steve.
Well, it won't be dull. It will not be dull. This young man, he has what they call a zest for life. It's a zest for life. And I hope he's aware of the fact that nobody steals on Santana, but you never know. When you have a zest for life, you might take off against anybody. But, Santana, as Tim was saying, has not allowed a stolen base against him when he's been out there all year.
Santana's 2-1 pitch. This one is clubbed down to first base and just foul.
He doesn't waste any time. He's got an awesome changeup. He's not afraid to throw it back to back. A good solid slider and a fastball with good action on it, 90 to 93, and that's why he wins a lot. He's not the biggest guy in the world, 6 foot, 208 pounds, out of Tovar, Merida, Venezuela. His 10th major league season. Houston signed him way back when, and Florida took him in the Rule 5 draft, and then he went over to Minnesota, and the rest is history.
2-2 to Morgan. 3-2. You mentioned no stolen bases. He's one of 8 pitchers in the major leagues with at least 10 starts and no stolen bases against. In fact, there's only been 1 attempt against him to steal. That was midway through last month. Randy Wynn of San Francisco. To the right side. And this is Castillo throwing out Nyjer Morgan. Let's take a look at manager John Russell's Pirates. Brought to you by PNC. Morgan, we just saw. Sanchez up now. McLeod, LaRoche. And then the younger LaRoche, Brandon Moss, Jason Jaramillo, and Jack Wilson, who's been 5 for his last 11, hitting .455 over his last 3 games. And Zach Duke will round out the lineup facing Santana tonight.
Fun game for the Pirates last night to come back against that great bullpen the Mets have. Pitch in for a strike, and you know they got off to such a horrendous start. There was 5-0 at the end of 3 innings, and well, the Pirates hung in there. They got a big 3 spot in the 4th, and that kept them close, and the bullpen did the job. And just a feel-good win to come back. Anytime you come back and win, it feels good, but especially against a team with the quality pen that the Mets have.
0-2 pitch, and Sanchez to right field. Gary Sheffield, easy play, 2 down.
Everywhere you look on the pitcher's leader page, this guy's name is there. Starts, the record, the innings. He'll give you 230 innings just about every year. Tied for the lead in strikeouts, leading in ERA.
And his winning percentage, Steve, is almost 69%. That's tops among all active players and 5th best all time.
Yeah, think about it. 116 wins. Yeah, well, there's guys that have more than that, but how about 116 wins, only 53 losses? That's Whitey Ford-like stuff.
0-1 on the fouled bunt attempt by Nate McLeod. And he rolls this one to the right side, and Castillo will handle it. And the Pirates go in order in their half of the first inning.
As advertised.
Yeah. 1-2-3, 1-2-3. bite. Time to check out Steve's keys to the game for the Mets tonight. How about them?
Yep, Zach Duke on the mound making his 11th start. And the current Mets lineup, they're without Delgado and Beltran and Reyes. Don't fall into the trap and think it's going to be a lot easier, but it is basically easier.
Third game that Beltran has missed due to a stomach virus.
Yeah, what you want to do, you don't want to relax. I guess that's the key. Yeah, you got those big guys out, but don't relax. At the Mets, keep it together till they get their guys back. Simple as that.
1-1 on Sheffield. Sheffield 0 for 3 last night with a walk and a run scored. Sheffield hitting .283. 1-1 pitch. Topper foul down to third.
You know, Tim, it had to be doubly frustrating for the Mets knowing they had the lead, turning it over to that good bullpen. But the way the Pirates scored, I mean, it wasn't like they knocked the cover off the ball. There's a ground ball through here, ground ball through there, another ground ball through here, another one through there. They all counted, but it was like that slow torture for the Mets, and just delightful for the Pirates.
Sheffield toward the middle. Freddie Sanchez knocks it down. Wilson will try to assist him, but that's going to be a base hit for Gary Sheffield.
And you know, Sanchez and Wilson have been playing together long enough. They are thinking about the deflection play where it's off Freddie, goes to Jack, they get the spectacular play at first base. And if they had done that, and it wasn't really available there, if they had done it, it wouldn't be the first time. They have made that kind of play.
So man aboard for Fernando Tatis.
Every good middle infield combination thinks about making that play, and they do it more often than people think.
Strike call. Now those two, again, we've chronicled it many times over time here, but they played together since their high school days. I mean, they can think what they know what the other is thinking.
Exactly, and that's more than half the battle in that kind of play. Now, when Zach throws this pitch, I'll tell you a little bit about how it's most commonly done.
Just missed.
Most of the time it's the second baseman going up and back a second base, and because he's going away from the play at first base, he'll just flip it to the shortstop, out and back a second base, like a double play, only way out and back on the grass, and you can make that play. So you got Freddie going over that way, and then Jack, they make the exchange back over, and that's
base hit to center field for Tatis, and Sheffield will hold at second base. So 2 on and nobody out for the Mets in the top of the second inning. Tatis came in a pinch hitting role last night in the 9th and got a base hit, so he's 2 for 2 in this series.
Well, there's no possibility that Gary Sheffield was going to go to third base, because those wheels have done a lot of running in the past, and they're not running as well and as much as they used to. There was one time where Gary Sheffield had all the tools. I mean, all of them.
Well, the tires need to be rotated now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Pirates lead the National League in double plays turned. You got a sinker ball pitcher out there, so set the stage for that possibility. You got a catcher up at the plate. They typically don't run all that well.
Omir Santos takes a strike. Santos didn't appear in the game last night. See his numbers?
You were talking about that little streak he's on with the RBIs. Had a good run.
Duke and the Pirates would like to snap that, but he's got a runner in scoring position in Sheffield. Here's the 0-1.
And Zach delivered that pitch without a second baseman, and Jack Wilson will come in and tell him about that. Freddie Sanchez was over keeping an eye on Gary Sheffield, and Zach Duke delivered the pitch with his second baseman at second base. Jack will probably remind him of that. Hard to believe that Gary Sheffield's going anywhere. See Freddie up there.
Wondering if they thought he was getting off too far and would have trouble getting back. Breaking ball just missed again. That one a bit high. 2 balls and a strike to Omir Santos. Ryan Schneider did the catching last night. Santos here tonight. Sheffield a leadoff single. Tatis followed him with a single to center. And Jaramillo wants time. So Zach Duke trying to find a way to Get one of the Mets to roll into an out or two here. Right back to him. He goes to second for one, back to first, double play. And down to third goes Sheffield.
Well, that was a little interesting because Zach got the ball to second base almost too early, and Jack Wilson did a nice job of taking the ball, catching the bag at the same time, and that's not the easiest thing to do. Jack made it look pretty easy, but he would like to be there at second base when he's getting that ball instead of on the move. All's well that ends well.
He had lots of time, could have got the lead runner at third. But that's kind of dealer's choice as far as the pitcher's concerned when it's hit back to him that sharply. So he'll take the double play and now face Ramon Martinez, the shortstop.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That ball got to Zach that quickly, that fast. But you know, you're almost geared and conditioned. Ball back to me. I check and see who I've got at second base, and just your thought process is to go to second base.
You're taught just to basically wait a half a beat and throw right over the bag.
Yep.
And understand someone's going to be there.
Yeah, but you've got to have an awareness too, because you know, if the guy is late or playing over toward the hole, you've got to have him in the corner of your eye. You just can't automatically throw it to second base, because sometimes I've seen throws just chest high, but there's nobody there.
Go right into center field.
Mm-hmm.
0-2 to Martinez. The pitch just missed inside. Good looking pitch by Duke.
Yeah, most of the time your shortstop will go over there and be somewhat set to receive that throw from the pitcher, but Jack did a wonderful job. That was like good baseball choreography.
Great footwork as he just used his toe to clip the bag. This one to the right side. Freddie Sanchez will throw out Martinez, and the Mets will strand Gary Sheffield. And Zach Duke has held the Mets scoreless through the first 2 innings of his night. In the bottom of the second inning. Last night, a big night. 3 for 5. Weather's warming up. That means Adams warming up. He did not have the traditional slow start that he has had over the past couple of seasons. He was fairly consistent through April and May, and now we're here into June, and he swings and fouls this one back into the seats.
Well, if you're looking for any weakness for Johan Santana, basically forget it. But he has given up 5 home runs in his first 10 starts. And that's not an alarming number. It's just that you're looking for something.
Santana, twice a unanimous Cy Young Award winner.
And how about Zach Duke drawing Santana? We talked about the lack of support. Zach has lost 4 games. The Pirates have scored 3 runs. Just 3 runs in those 4 losses. It's going to be tough again tonight.
And LaRoche takes a strike, 1-2. Well, you mentioned the numbers in terms of runs scored in games that he has lost. But how about in games that he's won? In the other ones, the other 5 games, they've scored 42 runs for him.
Yep.
1 down.
Feast or famine. They want it down and away, but they get it up and in, and it's a strikeout. You saw Santos setting up down and away, but, well, pitcher still got to throw it. And threw a good pitch.
LaRoche fouls it away. One thing that the Pirates hitters will be looking for out of Santana, as many hitters around baseball do, is look for the fastball.
Look for the fastball, but boy, he does a lot of damage with his changeup. He's got such a and yeah, you have to basically look for the fastball against anybody and adjust down, because it's impossible to adjust up. In other words, you can't look for soft stuff and catch up with an average major league fastball. You just can't do it. You got to do it the opposite way.
You know, throw that slider to right-handed hitters. Andy LaRoche may get one here. But talking to Don Long before the game tonight, I said, "What do you got for me on Santana?" He said, "Well,
how much time you got?"
He's pretty good. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is the second strikeout of the inning, the 88th strikeout of the season for Johan Santana. 2009 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. Now Brandon Moss will get a chance. First 5 set down by Santana, and Moss will take a strike.
You know, he's tough on everybody, but especially young hitters. I mean, he just has so much pitching instinct. He's got quite a package, an assortment of pitches that he can throw with confidence. So he's got confidence in that good fastball, the slider you talked about, and the changeup is so darn good. So he can mess with your mind, whether you've been around 10 years or 10 minutes.
0-2. And Moss in the air, left center. Jeremy Reed calling for it. And the first 6 Pirates are gone in order against Johan Santana. Was thrown out by Olivia Stewart. She is the daughter of Judd Stewart, the vice president of marketing and programming from Armstrong. As they were featured today, friends of FSM. This pitch is popped up, and this is going to be trouble.
Well, that was the perfect drag bunt, far enough away from first base where Adam LaRoche is out of the play in terms of making the tag. Zach Duke, the left-hander, follows through toward third base, and that might have cost him that just quarter of a step. The right-hand pitcher follows through to first base, and he might have the edge there. That close, and the Mets have their leadoff man on base. Santana is as good as anybody bunting the ball. 5 sacrifice bunts.
Johan Santana squares, and he puts it down right in front of the mound. Duke will make the play to first base. He double clutched down to second. He might have had the play.
He did definitely have the play. Now, you never know unless you're down there whether that's Zach Duke's decision to hold off and go to first, or if Jaramillo could have been more adamant about hollering second immediately when the ball reaches Zach Duke. But he had a play at second. Here he is. See, he's got the back to the play. He needs help. But he looks around, and even though he looked around on his own, I thought he still had the play at second base. But on we go.
So now runner in scoring position with 1 out. And Castillo takes a breaking ball strike.
What happens there as a pitcher, you almost have to have an instinct. You've got to program in how hard that bunt was hit toward you, because you've got your back to the play. So that's got to be a fact. It gets to me quick. I might have a play at second. I got to take a look, and I think if Zach went right away, he gets him.
Reed back to the bag.
So you factor in how hard the bunt was hit, how much your catcher is helping you, where you are positioned, and it goes into the decision. And if you're not sure at all, you've got to go to first base.
Castillo up the middle. That's a base hit. Now Reed is going to come around. Here comes the throw by McLeod. It is in time to get him.
And Reed doesn't like the call, but it was kind of a sweep tag by Jaramillo. And the Pirates get the call and get a huge out. You cannot give any runs away where you've got a chance to not let it happen. And it's got a chance to happen here. And when you're working against Santana, you've got to have these plays. You can't give him anything. Nicely done. Nate to Jason. There it is. Tag on the butt, and he got him.
So Castillo,
he's wide of third, but he got the play.
Well, Castillo down to second on the throw. He gets a big lead, especially the secondary lead. But a good throw by Nate McLeod to retire Jeremy Reed. 2 men are out. It's a big out in the 3rd inning after the indecision to get the lead runner at second base on the comebacker to Zach Duke.
The throw is a little bit on the third base side, but Jaramillo is able to get the ball and just reach out and just get him like a drive-by tag.
Long stretch in the pitch to Martinez. This one slowly on the ground to second base. Tough play for Freddie. He gets him. And a 0 on the scoreboard thanks to the arm of Nate McLeod and a good tag by Jason Jaramillo to retire Jeremy Reed at home plate.
is brought to you by Levin Furniture, home of the luxury Stearns and Foster mattress. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day.
Back here on the North Shore, Jason Jaramillo to face Johan Santana. We'll start the bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless.
Yeah, Tim, the point I was trying to make before I stumbled all over myself is that when you're facing a guy like Santana, you've got to make that play. You can't let a play like that get away.
Jaramillo pops this one up, and Tatis makes the catch, and 7 in a row to start the game.
Because you don't figure to get too many against Santana, so you don't want to give them anything that you could possibly prevent. So that was a big item. That 0 in the top of the third.
Yeah. Well, and again, it goes back to the indecision and perhaps the lack of assistance for Zach Duke trying to retire Reed on the forced play on the sacrifice bunt. He should have had a play at second base. And then once he's safe there, you just hope that that guy doesn't come around and score, which he did not. McLeod throwing him out. Another outfield assist for the Pirates, who are doing pretty well in that category.
I'm going to ask Zach about that. I hope he wins tonight, and then I can ask him about that play.
Jack Wilson toward the middle. Backhanded by Castillo, leaping through to first, and he got him. Oh, what a play by the Mets second baseman, Luis Castillo.
And that's not the first time he's made that play. He can flash some leather at you. Going away from where he's going to throw. He's on the way out to center field. Throws back across. Half a step.
Zach Duke will hit now against Santana.
Zach has done a nice job. 5 for 20.
250 average. 0-1. Distance fouled away. I know Tony Beasley works with the pitchers. He told you yesterday he figures Zach was going to hit about 250 or so.
Yep, he had them. The way I understood it, he kind of had Zach at the top of the list.
If they have to go to the pitching staff for a pinch hitter, he's the guy. Not against Santana in that at bat, however. Santana is perfect through 3 here at PNC Park. Well, can thunder strike or lightning strike twice in the same place? Watch this.
Come on, Roger. Yeah, you got it. You want it.
One-handed. What do I need a glove for? I got Steve Blass over here.
The first thing you learn in baseball, back up the play.
That's it. I had you backed up.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
Zach Duke facing David Wright, Gary Sheffield, and Fernando Tatis. And he goes to right field toward the line, curling away from Moss, and Moss makes a nice sliding grab.
Yeah, Brandon Moss outran that ball. I didn't think he had a chance, and I guess it would have been a foul ball, but still. He closed the gap here nicely. No, that's going to be a fair ball. Big time catch.
So Moss makes the first out in pretty fine fashion.
I'm going to give him a circle on that one as Zach Duke is applauding. And again, you need to do everything right.
Sheffield takes a strike. Sheffield 1 for 1.
Pardon the pun, David Wright, the victim of that fine play. But against Santana, no mistakes. You got to play a mistake-free game. Zach Duke just got the number with these out in front first pitch strikes, 12 out of 19, 15, 13, whatever it is. It's very good.
Nice snare by LaRoche.
They're doing it.
We're now 2 down on the 4th. Time for tonight's Aflac trivia question.
Aflac!
And the question is, the Bucks have had 3 #1 overall draft choices. Who was the first one? Draft next week. It's a big time for all the teams, especially Pittsburgh with that 4th overall pick. The pitch to Tatis. It's outside. Yeah, we talked about the draft the other day with Neil Huntington, and the way that you look at this draft is you have Steven Strasburg out of San Diego State, throws 100 miles an hour plus, consistently clocked at 102, even 103 miles an hour. He is the prize of this year's draft. And the Nationals, if the Senators got him, that'd be a story. But the Nationals have made no secret that they're going to draft him. And after that, there really isn't anybody of his caliber, though there are a lot of good players.
The marquee guys are not getting a lot of attention. If they are marquee guys, he is the marquee guy in the draft. And look at Nate McLouth way over in right center field against Fernando Tatis.
And see that outfield alignment for the right-handed hitter. And he hits this one slowly off the foot foul. You represented the Pirates last year at the draft. What's that all about?
It's a fun time. I went down with Chuck Tanner. It's quite honestly, it's a lot of downtime, but there's a lot of work that goes in it. And every major league team has a couple of representatives or kind of decorations, and go down and you're part of that whole scenario. I had a little anxiety, to tell you the truth, about being there. I didn't need a foul ball there, because we handed a piece of paper with Pedro Alvarez's name on to a young man who ran around backstage. He's supposed to give that piece of paper to Bud Selig. And I'm saying, all right, you better get this. You're
Don't
sitting
drop
there
it.
and you wait anxiously until you see that young man take the piece of paper up to Bud, and then you know you've done your job. If he loses that or he doesn't make it in time, I don't know if we can come back to Pittsburgh. And they moved it. It's going to be in New Jersey this year. It's been down in Disneyland, Disney World in Florida for a lot of years.
3-2. Tatis fouls it away. Yeah, some changes in it this year. The change in the format, being prime time.
I wonder if he's any relation to Lee Strasberg, the acting coach. Remember him in The Godfather? He says,
that's a good question.
Michael, we're bigger than U.S. Steel. His character when they were down in Cuba.
3-2 pitch coming from Zach Duke to Tatis. Will have to wait. Two outs and the payoff pitch, and this one fouled away. And when I talked to Steven Strasburg last summer in China when he was pitching for Team USA, I had an interview set up with him. I go down there, and then the representative from Team USA comes to me after the game, and he goes, we have to have a random guy get picked to go take a drug test. And guess who got picked?
Okay.
Your guy. Thanks for coming. See you tomorrow.
Lucky you.
3-2 pitch. That's inside ball 4. And a 2-out walk to Fernando Tatis. Somir Santos, the catcher, will be up next. This Thursday, the Pirates battle the Mets. It's a 12:35 matinee game. Make your plans to be out here for the business person special. Plus, it's Alumni Autograph Day, where you can meet former Pirates Stan Belinda, Chris Peters, and Elroy Face before the game in the Trib Total Media Hall of Fame Club. For tickets and to see the full alumni autograph schedule, visit Pirates.com. It's also a T-shirt Thursday. All fans will get a free Pirates T-shirt. That's pretty good names coming back. You get a chance to meet them and get some autographs. When was the last time Stan Belinda was here?
It's been a while for Uncle Stan. Chris Peters still around in the South Hills. Elroy, you see him a lot of the charity golf tournaments. Part of that legacy of great relievers.
Santos hit into a double play his first time up. And a good pitch by Duke got Santos fishing.
I was introduced to life in the big leagues as you take a look at this replay as the searching swing comes up empty. I got taken out by Ronnie Klein and Elroy Face in the first road trip I ever made, and I sent my liver out and had it cleaned and pressed, and on we went.
But did you learn anything?
Oh yeah, you could learn a lot. Elroy and Ronnie Klein, great major league careers.
But did you learn anything about baseball?
Oh yeah, that too. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
0-2 pitch to Santos. Fouled away. And 4 games with the Mets. This is game 2. Game 3 tomorrow night, and 4 is Thursday afternoon, a getaway day game. Well, that looks rather delicious.
It's a work in progress, and you know that youngster is the winner. That ice cream doesn't have a chance.
Nice to use the dugout as your table, huh?
Uh-huh. Thinking Fernando Tatis might take off. He's stolen a couple bases. It's a little mileage on him too, but he has swiped 2 so far.
Duke slide step comes to the plate. This one hit in the air to center field, over to right center. Brandon Moss will call off Nate McLouth, and the side is retired. Now, Brandon Moss made 2 catches that inning. One was pretty good, but maybe not as good as fourth inning. Santana to face the top of the order, Niger Morgan. Morgan 0 for 1. Grounded out to Luis Castillo at second base. He has retired 9 straight to start the ballgame.
Second time around. Let's see if it makes a difference.
Morgan right off of David Wright. Wright finds it, throws, and he got it.
Well, You are seeing some serious baseball early in this ball game. We're just in the 4th inning. The Pirates have made some sparklers, and this is a great defensive play by David Wright on a rocket. A rocket off the glove. Might have got a piece of the foot, the recovery, the throw, and the out. You're seeing some pitching. You're seeing some leather. So you've had some applause from Zach Duke, some applause from Johan Santana.
Sanchez takes strike one. Well, Nigel Morgan might be the fastest man in the park. He can't even believe it. The problem was he hit it too hard.
That play goes 5 to 5 to 3.
Can you get 2 assists on the same play? If there's only one other player involved?
I don't know. I think he should. He did a good job just on the reaction, getting some leather on it, and then picking it up in time to make the play.
Sanchez behind 0-2. Niger thought he might have had a chance. He knew that was a close play.
How'd you do that?
0-2 to Freddie. Broke his bat, and this one is going to be on the ground, and Sanchez to second base.
How about that reaction by Freddie Sanchez, making the big turn, and then he sees the ball scoot away. Never broke stride, and that could be a huge 90 feet.
Shatters the bat here, and Fernando Martinez gave it a good effort but wasn't able to pull it in.
And those are just base running instincts, because you have to feel that that ball, when it gets off his glove, is going to wind up, not be there, but wind up in no man's land. He sees the play, he's watching the play all the way, and there he is at second base. Another ho-hum double for Freddie.
So Sanchez at second now. Nate McLouth a chance to drive him in. Nate leads all National League center fielders in runs batted in with 33. He grounded out to Castillo at second base to end the first inning.
I'll tell you, Tim, I've gotten in the habit of putting a circle around a good defensive play. I got 3 circles on the Mets side defensively. The play on Morgan, 2 on the Mets side. The play on Morgan and Wilson, and then circles for Nate McLouth and Andy LaRoche. Defense.
They've been helping their pitcher, no doubt. 2-0 is in their first strike. Nate McLouth trying to help his pitcher right now by driving in a run. Pirates have their first base runner. Santana was perfect through the first 3 innings. He had retired 10 straight to start the game before Sanchez double. 19th double of the season. Strike 2.
Tony Beasley will be aggressive in this kind of a ball game. Base hit from Nate. You have to be quite unusual not to send Freddie. You've got a weak arm in right field. Gary Sheffield does not throw well.
The 2-2 coming to Nate McLouth. Popped up back of the plate.
You know, when you take an overlook of major league starting pitchers, if you have 2 quality pitchers you can depend on a consistent basis, you got a pretty good shot. Well, this guy out here has 3, and that kind of elevates him over a lot of different people. I mean, not just 3 pitches, but 3 he can depend on as out pitches.
And there's really no set way you can figure out his pattern, too. He doesn't rely on a changeup on a certain count all the time. He mixes them up pretty well.
Yeah, that's one of the real keys.
And McLouth skies this one to the right side of the infield. Tatis calling for it. And now Castillo calls him off. And he makes the play for the second out. We asked you our half-flat trivia question last half inning.
I'm guessing Chris Benson.
Number 1 overall draft choices. Who was the first one? It was not Chris Benson. It was Jeff King, the Arkansas Razorback.
Should have known that.
Chris Benson would have been 10 years later.
Yeah, yeah, just 10 years off. That's all.
You know, it's a decade. Adam LaRoche, 0 for 1. Struck out last time up, takes a strike to start the inning.
One of the advantages here, you give up that second out, but on contact, Freddie Sanchez will be departing.
And this one will be curling foul.
Quickly out in front 0-2.
And that's one thing about both pitchers tonight. They've had a lot of first pitch strikes, and they've been ahead in the count, both Santana and Duke. That has helped their cause.
Yep. No surprises so far tonight. And here we are in the bottom of the fourth inning. A whole lot of pitching going on. And the added delight of great defense. If you like that, you're enjoying this tonight.
0-2 to Adam LaRoche. And he'll foul it away.
Well, you've got pitchers out there throwing strikes, working fast. You're ready. You're on your toes. You better not be asleep at the switch. Everybody kind of gets caught up in this kind of pace, and you can really sit and watch some really fine baseball. Really moving along. Defense, you're getting outs, getting strikes, getting plays done.
0-2.
Almost.
1-2. I don't know if Adam was going to continue walking to the dugout or not. He was waiting for perhaps a call from Ted Barrett. Didn't get it.
Yeah, when you can throw 3 quality pitches anytime you want to, it's hard for a batter to anticipate, to guess with you. If you're trying to guess with Johan Santana, it's going to be tough. But sometimes you get in a position, hey, I might as well guess. Not much else is working.
Stretch and the 1-2 pitch to LaRoche. Outside, 2-2. Well, against Santana, Adam LaRoche is 0 for 5 in his career. Not had a hit off of him. My younger brother Andy, who's on deck, has. Andy's 1 for 3 facing Santana in the past. Here's the 2-2 coming to Adam LaRoche. 3-2. So now, if you're a hitter, first of all, if you're a hitter and you start thinking, you're in trouble. But you've got to start to think about either the fastball or the changeup here.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's got the luxury of the open base, so he certainly doesn't have to give in and throw you a fastball. But when you think that, then that's the time you get the fastball, and you're not quite ready for it.
3-2. Fastball fouled away. That was the change, actually.
Yep.
Not the fastball. Look at the ball coming out of his hand here.
Yeah, he's got kind of a free ride, if you will, for Santana. He can throw pretty much whatever he wants to because he's got that open base. And he doesn't have to worry about just throwing it in the middle part of the plate so he doesn't walk him. If he loses him, he can lose him with a quality pitch, and he hasn't really suffered all that much. Although he's got a hot bat in the on-deck circle in the person of Andy LaRoche.
3-2 from Santana to Adam LaRoche. High ball 4. Andy LaRoche coming to the plate now. He was hot last night. Had a couple of big runs batted in off of Livan Hernandez. Scoring Adam LaRoche on the play. Another run batted in. Scoring brother again later in the ball game. That was in that 5-run 8th. So the Pirates threatening with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning of a scoreless game. And he hits this one down to third. Backing up right, he'll go to Castillo covering at second. And that takes care of the Bucks in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th when we come back to PNC Park, still scoreless. Aspen Dental. Good defense. Zach Duke starting a 1-6-3 double play. Nate McLeod gunning down Jeremy Reed at the plate. And Brandon Moss, a nice sliding catch. Andy LaRoche cutting one off in the hole. Catch of the night. One-hander by Steve Blass. Those are our plays that made you smile. Brought to you by Aspen Dental. Tim Neverett, Steve Blass here at PNC Park, top of the fifth. And it's Ramon Martinez, Jeremy Reed, and Johan Santana set to face Zach Duke. Well, so far, this game has shown us a lot of good defense. We've seen little offense, but some very good pitching. Pirates finally getting to Johan Santana. Freddie Sanchez a double with one out. And this one is roped to left field, and Martinez has a hit. Takes a big turn around first base. Nigel Morgan gets the ball in quickly. Let's open up tonight's Geico quote book. It comes from Zach Duke. I've taken a lot of guesswork out of what I'm doing or what I'm going to have on the mound. It seems like every time I take the mound, I know what pitches are going to be working. That's tonight's Geico quote.
And that's so good to hear. That means you have that feel, that gut instinct of what to throw, when to throw it, and where to throw it.
Well, John Russell said earlier today that Duke in the offseason hired a personal trainer, got himself in the best condition he's been in a while, came into spring training ready to go to work. And
that absolutely supports good pitching instincts. You know, if you're not in shape, you can feel all the things. You can feel the right pitch, when to throw, where to throw it, what to throw. If you're not in good shape, it's hard to execute, make your body do all the right things to make all that happen.
Throw to first. And when Zach got to spring training, perhaps even before then, the Pirates pitchers were all told there's one guy who's got a spot in the rotation guaranteed. That's Paul Maholm. Everybody else, it's your job to lose. So Duke went out, had a terrific spring, and he's been the most consistent pitcher for the Pirates. That one is inside of third and down the line. Ramon Martinez, a big turnaround second, but Nigel Morgan will hold him there. So Jeremy Reed with his second base hit.
And now you put the Mets really in business with Santana up there to bunt again. So the Pirates will have to get their act together. And this is one of those situations where if you get the opportunity to get the lead runner here, you can't let that opportunity get away. Not saying you're going to get it, but yeah, I like this all attended conference at the mound because it's critical. You get this right and you take advantage of a so-so bunt. Make that play at third. That would be absolutely huge because you know what he's going to be doing.
And Santana wants to put that bunt over on the first base side. If he bunts it right back to the mound with any authority on it whatsoever, this is where you perhaps see Zach Duke wheel and throw it to third to get the lead runner.
Yeah, but so many times you're taught to push that bunt down to the third base line to force that third baseman to come in and make the play. Leaves third base vacated, and it's the automatic winning sacrifice.
And it goes down to third. Yeah. LaRoche has it. He's got one play.
That's the perfect bunt.
And so Johan Santana does it right.
Second of the night, gives him 7 on the year. And there's nothing you can do. If you don't have the wheel play, sometimes you have the wheel play with a shortstop coming over and back, but if you don't have that on, that's a done deal. That's the perfect sacrifice bunt. And one of the keys is to push it toward third base and get it far enough where the pitcher is not involved. If you put that bunt toward the pitcher a little bit, your third baseman can retreat. Sometimes you might have an outside chance to have that play at third base, but that was perfectly done.
Luis Castillo takes strike one. So now Zach Duke's going to have to work to get himself out of this one. No score, top of the fifth inning. Mets threatening with one out.
Castillo doesn't strike out very often.
No.
And Zach is not a strikeout type of a pitcher, so you would guess contact of some kind. You just hope it's a pop-up, short fly ball, ground ball right at somebody. Again, who knows how important one run might be in this type of a ball game.
Castillo strikes out once every 13.3 at bats. That's the third best rate in the National League. Hardest guy to fan in the National League, Miguel Tejada. Strikes out once every 18 at bats. Carlos Lee of Houston next. And he's a lot closer to Castillo with once every 14 at bats. Runners lead from second and third. Infield playing halfway, playing even with the bag. Pretty good looking pitch, gets called a ball. 2-1. And Zach knows that runs are going to be at a premium tonight. Trying to keep the Mets off the board here. 2-1 pitch coming. 3-1.
And he's being real careful. There's two sides to this coin right now. You'd love to get this guy and get the second out, leave the runners at second and third. But if you lose him, you put the double play in order.
Three and one. And he throws a strike. 3-2 as he went with the off-speed stuff. Castillo was looking for something else.
Yeah, no risk. Castillo's looking for a fastball, but it's kind of a no-lose deal for Zach. Fool him with a curveball, you get that second strike. If you miss with a curveball again, you set up the double play.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Luis Castillo. And into center field, Nate McLeod will catch it. Here comes the throw to the plate. It goes through. Sliding and scoring is Martinez. And the Mets get on the board. It's 1-0. Ramon Martinez comes in to score on the sacrifice fly by Luis Castillo. And holding at second base, Jeremy Reed.
Okay, well, they crack the ice and they score first. A lot of games you're going to give up 1 run and win. Santana hoping for more. But if Zach Duke gets this out here and continues on, he's going to only give these Mets 1 run. He is doing his job.
Fernando Martinez, the left fielder. Takes ball 1 low. Watch Ramon Martinez how he slides. It's kind of a little bit in between, I think.
Well, his cleat grabbed in the batter's box there. That can be a turnover, broken ankle.
Just barely caught the point in the back of the plate. Certainly not a textbook way to do it. Just outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. 0 for 2 is Martinez. 1 for 3 last night. Jerry Manuel was going to start him in right field last night, but changed his mind right before the game. Put him in left. There's one to the right side. Adam LaRoche bobbles. He fires to Duke, who gets there.
Nice feed.
And the side is retired. But for the Mets, they strike first. It's 1-0 New York.
to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on.
Back here at PNC Park, Wilson Valdez takes over for Ramon Martinez at shortstop. Valdez was last night's starter, and Martinez may have come up a little lame after his awkward slide into the plate. So Valdez is out there. Brandon Moss, no balls and a strike against Johan Santana. You see the play at the plate, just kind of an awkward slide, and checks his left hand.
Looks like the hand more than the leg. He is gone, and Valdez is on here in the bottom of the fifth. Pirates with just one hit, the double by Freddie.
1-1 to Moss. 2-1 to Moss. Well, Duke giving up the one run, and certainly not insurmountable at that point. He is able to limit the damage after the inning started with back-to-back base hits.
When I look at Johan Santana, I think of a Greg Maddux with better stuff, because Greg Maddux can throw pitches that the hitters look like they're not even expecting that pitch or where it is. Many times Santana will throw pitches that the batters look like they're surprised at what the pitch was and where it's coming to. And when you're doing that as a pitcher, you're getting it done.
Omir Santos wants the number 1, 2-2, and this one is fouled away.
See, that's a late reaction, fouls the ball off, stays alive, but that's not that aggressive swing where you're expecting to drive the ball. That's fastball. Time to swing.
You think it's more of a protective swing with 2 strikes?
Oh yeah.
Here's the 2-2. And this one is whipped up the right side, foul.
It's also a swing where you're looking for something off speed. Oh my goodness, here's a fastball. I got to swing, and you're late, and you're just hoping to make contact, pretty much knowing you're going to foul it away if you hit it. So when you've got hitters that are not expecting what you're throwing, you're in charge out there.
To the left side, Wilson Valdez right off the dugout bench and throws out Brandon Moss, 1 down. Fans stopping Pirates Outfitters at PNC Park to visit the new game-used memorabilia display on the first floor. The newly remodeled display features a variety of items: game-used lineup cards, bats and bases, autographed merchandise such as baseballs and jerseys. Pirates Outfitters is located inside the left field gate at PNC Park. All kinds of cool stuff in there. It used to be, I think, the lineup cards used to be taped to the dugout wall, and when the game was over, somebody would rip it down and throw it in the garbage can. But now everything is saved in baseball, because you just never know what kind of game you want to save a lineup card from. If you look at one there,
Cubs versus the Pirates. There's always a way that they can have a highlighter or something that they put over the name of somebody that's been used is no longer in the game.
See it right there. It was done in
Valdez,
red.
yep. Martinez has read it out.
2-1. Romeo hammers this one deep to left field. This ball is back. It is gone. Home run, Jason Jaramillo, his first of the season, and the game is tied at 1.
And that ball is absolutely crushed. You can hear the crack of the bat many times. That one was really pronounced. Major League home run number 1 for Jaramillo, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Yeah.
That's a game changer right there, and certainly well-deserved high five for Jason Jaramillo. Hit that one right-handed. He has hit the majority of the season left-handed. Jack Wilson's behind 0-1.
That ball was crushed. That had that big time sound coming off the bat.
That was only the 10th at bat right-handed this year for Jaramillo. 0-2 to Wilson.
Well, that's the quick answer. 1-1 ball game.
0-2 pitch. This one is lifted into shallow left field. That one's going to get down for a base hit.
And important because now that gives Zach a chance to bunt him over. Oh, listen to that. Now that is the crack of the bat.
First career home run for Jason Jaramillo off Johan Santana.
Can't you see him just talking to the grandson? Yep. Yep. I got it off the big guy.
Hit it off a multiple Cy Young winner, multiple All-Star, Gold Glover. Zach Duke bunts this one right back to Santana, and he boots it. And Zach Duke is safe. Wow.
Well, the Pirates don't have to give up an out as Santana just stumbled over the ball. Here's the bunt. And I almost think he might have been able, might be thinking about taking a peek towards second base as he went for the ball. No, just flat out missed it, and then missed it again.
I think he took his eye off it early. So the error charged to Johan Santana. One run in, runners at first and second for Nyjer Morgan. And Morgan swings and misses. So his sacrifice scored for Zach Duke, but the error on the pitcher puts him at first base. 0-1.
You know, that error last night in the 8th inning was a big part of that 5 spot that the Bucks put up.
Yeah.
And this error could be large. See how it plays out.
Well, remember that one.
Home run ball.
He's got the ball. 1-1. Strike 2 called. Nyjer Morgan trying to make some contact here with 2 on and 1 out.
Last time he hit a bullet off the body and glove of David Wright, who recovered nicely and made a terrific play to get Morgan out at first base.
Right back to him. He goes to second for 1. Valdez quickly to first. He got him. Double play. Bang, bang at first base. And Nyjer Morgan's just been thrown out of the ball game. Tim McClellan has just run Nyjer Morgan out of this game.
Well, it was a close play when Wright got him last inning, and Nyjer thought he might have been safe. This time he was convinced that he beat the play.
Very close at first base. Nyjer throwing his helmet down, and McClellan Jim McClellan, the first base umpire, who has a very quick hook here. I mean, a close play at second base. Bang, bang. Morgan felt that he beat the throw, which, according to that picture, he did.
Yeah, he did beat it.
And so Niger, upset, throws his helmet straight down and immediately was run out of the ballgame by McClellan. A very quick hook by the first base umpire, Cucci. Surprising. Craig Monroe is now the new left fielder for the Pirates.
I can understand the frustration of Niger because he thought he had a chance for a safe call the previous inning with that throw by David Wright. Didn't get that call and didn't get this one.
I mean, Niger running down the baseline pretty well here. He knows it's going to be a possible double play. David Wright, line shot right at Jack Wilson for the out.
A tough series so far for David Wright.
Craig Monroe getting written into the lineup card now. John Russell not very happy about what he saw as McClellan basically took one of the more exciting defensive players in the league out of the ball game quickly. Hurts the Pirates at the top of the order, but now as you're in this part of the game, Craig Monroe will hit there. Maybe he's going to have a chance to drive in some runs. Monroe actually has faced Johan Santana more than any other Pirate. They saw each other quite a bit in the American League Central.
Well, what hurts now is that Craig Monroe, fine major league player, but he does not have the speed in that big left field. So you hope that that doesn't become a factor. Also, the top of the lineup, Niger Morgan with the speed, the ability to steal a base, tight ball game like this. Chance you're going to miss him.
2 ball, 1 strike. And Sheffield takes strike 2.
Well, Zach Duke can't worry about any of that. He's just got to keep on trucking. He's done a fine job so far. Just 1 run given up. He is in a 1-1 ball game. He is in the 6th inning, and he's just got to keep on going.
2-2 delivery is a slow chopper down toward third. Andy LaRoche throws out Gary Sheffield. 2 away in the Mets half of the 6th. Let's take a look at today's Barrel Automotive League Leaders stat. It has to do with complete games. Zach Greinke has 5 of them. And Zach Duke with 2. Zach Duke leads the National League. Tatis pops this one up, and Adam LaRoche will give it a look. LaRoche will make the catch. And a 1-2-3 6th inning for Zach Duke and the Pirates. Sans Niger Morgan. White freeze cam from the 3rd inning. Jeremy Reed trying to score. Nate McLeod throws him out. Watch the tag right here. Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Great ball game here tonight. 1-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sanchez McLouth, who had the outfield assist on that Coors Light Freeze Cam play, and then Adam LaRoche to face Johan Santana. And Sanchez drives one into center field, a base hit. Second hit for Freddie Sanchez, and the leadoff man is aboard for the Pirates.
Well, they used to call Mike Easler the hitman. Freddie Sanchez is the hitman.
And you got to wonder, too, what this team does to respond to Nyjer Morgan being thrown out of the game. I mean, they probably have more of a sense of urgency, you'd think, right now. Want to try to win this one for Nyjer, who was thrown out. I mean, a real quick hook by first base umpire Tim McClellan. Pitch, and that goes to the backstop, and down to second base goes Sanchez.
And Nate McLeod getting ready to bunt. A tight ball game, not surprising, but they don't have to give the out away now. Freddie's already there. Now Nate's responsibility is to not bunt him over, pull the ball, at least pull the ball, and move Freddie to third base.
So break for the Bucks there. The go-ahead run is in scoring position with nobody out. In the middle part of the order up. Strike called, 1-1.
Wild pitch charge to Santana, his first of the year.
Craig Monroe getting loose. He didn't expect to be in the game that early. 1-1. And Nate shows bunt and takes ball 2.
Still thinking about perhaps pushing the bunt and getting over to Freddie one way or the other. Tony Beasley through the signs.
Well, if you get him to third, fly ball gets him in. You only have, let's see, you have LaRoche, and Moss to follow.
Don't often see the number 3 guy bunting.
Oh, there's one down the right field line. That's going to go in the corner. Sanchez around third. He'll score. And into second base with an RBI double is Nate McLouth. The Pirates take the lead 2-1.
Well, you go from trying to bunt him over to second to possibly bunting him over to third. Ah, the heck with it. Let's just hit a double down the right field corner. And they trade places.
7th double of the season for Nate McLouth, and he's driven in his 34th run. He just turned on this pitch by Johan Santana, and Sanchez turned it on as he came around third.
Comfortable trip for Freddie, and now Adam LaRoche. His job is to at least pull the ball and move Nate over third base.
We saw McLouth immediately pick up Tony Beasley at third, and there's LaRoche. He hits one down in the same place McLouth did. McLouth is getting waved home. LaRoche into second base. He's got an RBI double, and the Bucks lead it 3-1.
Wasn't there a TV show, Trading Places? Do it for another 20 minutes.
LaRoche, his 17th double of the year, and his 23rd run batted in. He didn't wait long to make contact here.
Line shots, nothing cheap. You know, they might say Pirates had some cheap hits in that big 8th inning last night. Nothing cheap here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Freddie ripped it, Nate ripped it, Adam ripped it. And now Andy LaRoche, as Santana gets a visit. Talk about a turnaround. Santana, the first 3 innings, 9 up, 9 down, just went through like butter. 3 strikeouts, and then all of a sudden, Pirates break out the home run in the 5th, and now the 6th. They got all kind of action.
So now Andy LaRoche trying to drive in his brother. Nobody out.
Really trying to push the ball.
And he hits it to the right side. Line drive to Castillo.
That's bad luck. Hit it right on the button. Can't do anything about that.
Check out this day in Pirates baseball history. Brought to you by Day Automotive. June 2nd, 1980, Omar Moreno tied a team record with 4 stolen bases in a 9-3 Pirates win against the Phillies at Three Rivers Stadium. 4 stolen bases for Omar Moreno. That ties the team record that happened June 2nd, 1980. So now Brandon Moss with a runner in scoring position. Looks at a ball inside. And if you can add on here, that's a big bonus.
Oh, sure is. Got a little notation by that line drive. I hope that doesn't become a big item, because Andy LaRoche did exactly what he needed to do. Hit the ball with authority on that side of the infield. Just unlucky that it was right at the second baseman.
This one fouled back 1-1. Watching him in the cage today, Don Long had him working on hitting the ball to the right side, working on the hit and run, which is something you do every day. But he was doing it particularly well, putting the ball exactly where he wanted to. Here's the 1-1 from Johan Santana. And Moss hits this one to the right side. Diving stop by Tatis, no play. And Moss is safe. Runners at the corners, 1 out.
And the problem with Tatis went over, and we'll watch a replay. It looked with the naked eye like he just rolled over on the ball. Here he goes. Gets the glove on it, but then just gets away from him. Yep, just lost the handle. Did not roll over on it. Pirates keep it going. Mets helping out here with a wild pitch and a play there that should have been an out.
7th hit for the Pirates. They're now out hitting the Mets 7-6. Jason Jaramillo had good success last time up. Throw to first base, and Moss is back. Last inning with the score 1-0. Jason Jaramillo, his first major league home run.
Now that crack of the bat was like the old-fashioned sound effects. We used to hit a block of wood off the ticker. Got to get this run in. Got to get this run. Find a way. Got to find a way.
And Jaramillo swings and misses. He got the first run of the game in. And 1-800-SAFE-AUTO reminds you that you're safe at home with Safe Auto. Proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure.
You never know. You always are tempted to say the possibility of a squeeze bunt, but I don't think so here.
In the dirt.
Most times, if a squeeze bunt is tried, it's in a 1-out situation. Nobody out. You don't want to give that out away. You got a lot of things going on. Nobody retired yet. Obviously not with 2 outs. And 1 out is the scenario.
That could be a big run down there, though.
Oh, it is. It is. It flat out is.
And Santana throws to first base. The only runner to attempt to steal off of Santana this year is Randy Wynn of San Francisco. He was unsuccessful. Santana excellent at holding runners, and he's got a couple of good moves over to first base. Short lead by Moss at first, and Jaramillo waves through that one. Strike 2.
Well, Santana just does everything well. He spent all those years in the American League where he never hit, but he has become a very proficient bunter. Does a good job with that. Handles the bat decent. Feels his position well.
John Russell probably still steaming from the ejection of Nigel Morgan. 1-2. And that's down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jaramillo. Jaramillo has reached base safely in 13 of his last 14 games. And John was out there for the entire commercial break.
Yeah, never got real animated, but you know he didn't care about that call, and he went out obviously to protect his player also.
He made his point. But it doesn't bring Nigel Morgan back into the ballgame. 2-2. Jaramillo takes high 3-2.
Some way to get the ball out of the infield here.
First and third, 1 out. Jack Wilson on deck. This one right back to him. They're going to go to second for 1, back to first, double play, and the run will not count. But the Pirates add 2 more on back-to-back doubles by Nate McLeod and Adam LaRoche. McLeod hitting this one into the right field corner, scoring Sanchez. And LaRoche says, whatever you can do, I can also do. It's 3-1 Bucks. To start the 7th inning. He will face Omir Santos, the catcher, Wilson Valdez, the shortstop, and Jeremy Reed, the center fielder. He delivers a strike right away to Santos. Santos 0 for 2.
We've got a good one going here tonight with the Pirates. At this point, sitting with the lead.
Pitch to Santos. This one down to third base. Andy LaRoche records the first out of inning number 7. Take a look at the Firestone stats on our box up above. There it is. We talk about innings pitched. Zach Duke, number 1, 78 1/3 in the National League. He's been an Iron Man for the Pirates. Continues to add on to those innings he's pitched.
Yep, he's working out there with the old model trapeze type of baseball glove. It used to be the original Rawlings design way back when.
So Valdez is in there. Ramon Martinez dislocated his left pinky finger when he slid in kind of strangely to home. The short hop by Adam LaRoche. He'll touch the bag with his foot. And there are 2 down in the top half of the 7th.
Why don't they say his little finger? They say pinky. That's not a big time manly baseball term.
Let's see, it'll be on his left. So that would be his first finger. Little finger, the first one you see.
Yeah. Well, whatever kind of glove Zach is using, it's working.
Jeremy Reed, 2 for 2.
Call it a trapeze because it's almost got like 2 webs instead of the regular traditional web up at the top of the glove.
2 balls, no strikes to Jeremy Reed. What kind do you have?
I started out, I used one of those. We had that great Rawlings contract. You got the major leagues, you got a glove and a pair of shoes each year. No money.
Oh.
If we can.
Times have changed.
Yeah, right there is where you see it. Kind of got that one finger area like a second web.
And Jeremy Reed is 3 for 3. We take a look at our Beaver County Automotive Farm Report. Brian Friday, shortstop for the Altoona Curve yesterday, 2 out of 4, hit a home run, and on the season hitting .327 with 4 dingers and 9 runs batted in. That's our Beaver County Automotive Farm Report on Friday. The shortstop hopefuls of the future. Daniel Murphy hitting for Johan Santana. So Santana has his night come to a close, and Murphy ropes this one to right field. And taking third base on the play will be Reed. First and third with 2 down. Pinch hit single by Murphy.
Well, the operative phrase there, with 2 down. So Zach can still escape this.
And Joe Kerrigan makes his first trip to the mound tonight. He hasn't had to come out at all. He normally comes right out when he wants to make a point, sees something going on, or senses some kind of danger. But right now the tying run is on base in the top of the 7th inning. And Luis Castillo, the switch hitting second baseman, is the scheduled hitter. He is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice fly.
Well, Zach has escaped a couple jams. Got nailed for just the 1 run in the 5th inning. Got out of a little mess in the 2nd. Got out of a little mess in the 3rd. And then gave up the run in the 5th and a nice 1-2-3 6th.
Well, we thought we'd see a very good night from the pitchers tonight, and we pretty much have. 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts for Santana, whose night is done. And Duke into the 7th inning again.
Pirates guy's been a little bit better tonight.
And all but one of Zach Duke's starts, he has gone to the 6th inning or better.
Needs a big out here. He's got a little bit of a lead, but it's skinny. He's got a 2-run lead. Needs a big out.
Zach Duke does not have a strikeout tonight. And the pitch low to Castillo, and Castillo, tough guy to strike out, as we talked about back in the 5th inning.
You don't strike anybody out and you're working in the 7th inning, you've given up 1 run. You have made some good pitches, especially when you've had to make them.
Looking for a ground ball right here. 2-0. He got a strike.
I'll take a line drive at somebody. Fly ball. How about a nice sacrifice fly right now? 2 out.
He's sacrificing himself.
Yeah, right. Out number 3.
And did he go? Foul tip. Didn't matter. That's strike 2. 2-2. Just got that bat head out there enough.
And thank you very much. That would have been ball 3.
That was a free strike. Runners lead from the corners. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. 3-2. And Duke does not want to load him up and put the tying run in scoring position. And Fernando Martinez out on deck. Payoff pitch coming from Zach Duke. Down to third. LaRoche across the infield, and that does it. Another 0 put up by Zach Duke. Our score through 6.5 innings. The Pirates 3, the Mets 1. Time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by our friends at Levin Furniture. You up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. The nation's fastest 3G network, AT&T. Your world delivered.
Shawn Green on to work here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Pirates holding on to the 3-1 lead. Santana departs. 6 innings, 3 runs, give up 7 hits. He walked a batter and struck out 3. He is on the hook. Shawn Green on to make his 22nd appearance, 0-2 with a 6.98 ERA. Those are the vitals for Shawn Green. His right-hander has worked 19 innings.
So Jack Wilson starts off the inning, the bottom of the 7th.
That's going to be it for Zach Duke as Delwyn Young has a bat in the on-deck circle.
Shawn Green out of Louisville, Kentucky. 6'6", 227, 29 years of age. Delivers a fastball strike to Jack Wilson. 1-1 the count. Jack is 1 for 2. He was robbed by Luis Castillo on a ground ball up the middle in the 3rd inning, and then got a base hit in the 5th off Santana.
You would wonder if Jack gets on if they would have Zach Duke up there to bunt and hold Delwyn Young back. Let's see how that plays out. Another fine job by number 57 for the Pirates, Zach Duke. Terrific job.
Stretched by Green. Here's the 1-2. Jack looks at it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. John Graybo loosening up. Two-2 pitch. And this one is a one-hopper down to Luis Castillo for the first out. Well, Zach Duke will be done for the night, as Ramon Vasquez is going to come out and hit. Delwyn Young go back to the dugout, but Duke pretty excited. I think he had a feeling, knowing he was coming up, that was going to be it for him.
So once again, some terrific pitching. When you go 7 innings against a major league team, give up just 1 run, don't strike out anybody. You've done some serious pitching. Not throwing, pitching.
And again, Delwyn Young was the decoy out in the on-deck circle, so Vasquez has done a pretty good job pinch hitting. Comes out to face Green. Vasquez 1 out of 2 in his career against Green. He swings, and it's a swinging bunt out in front of home plate. And that is out number 2. Now you can receive a complimentary Pirates game ticket to commemorate your birthday, even if it's already past this calendar year or doesn't fall during the baseball season. Each fan registering will receive 1 complimentary ticket to a game of his or her choice during the 2009 Pittsburgh Pirates regular season. Simply sign up at pirates.com/birthday for your complimentary ticket today. So you basically have to have been born and you'll get a ticket. Get a birthday present from the Pirates. It's Craig Monroe.
Zach Duke effectively scattering 8 hits through his 7 innings of work.
Pitch missed. Green had appeared in 3 different seasons with the Seattle Mariners before this year. Monroe's hit off him before. He's 1 for 4. And this one is just rolled to the first baseman, Tatis. He'll toss to Green covering. The Pirates go quietly in the 7th inning. 1, 2, 3 they go. baseball is always on.
John Graybo is on to work here in the 8th inning with the Pirates up by 2 over the Mets.
Face Fernando Martinez, left fielder. He takes a strike. And Zach Duke, another quality start, very effective through his 7 innings.
John Graybo has only given up 1 run in his last 7 innings.
And this one is a roller to the right side. Adam LaRoche will handle it. There's 1 out. So Graybo's got the first out now. David Wright. With a 2-run lead. Most important to keep a guy off base. Less than 2 outs. David Wright glancing up at the scoreboard, checking out his own numbers. He sees he's 0 for 3.
Yep. But if he looks a little further, he'll also see that he's still hitting around 320.
And this one down to third. Diving stop, LaRoche. He's got him.
More defense, more glove. Not more cowbell, more glove. And the Pirates are getting the glove work. Nice play. 2-run ball game in the 8th inning. Love to see that play right there. I've got a lot of circles around plays that the Pirates have made during the course of this ball game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. 6 circles. I give a double circle to the throw from McLeod and the tag by Jaramillo at home plate. I thought that deserved recognition on both ends. Good throw and a good awareness of Jaramillo to know where to go get the ball and then make that tag.
You made so many circles, you're going to have to sharpen your pencil.
I know.
This one in the air to shallow center. Out goes Sanchez. He'll call off Nate McLeod. And John Graybo goes 1, 2, 3 in the 8th inning. Had a little help. Andy is dandy on that play. Freddie Sanchez leads off the bottom of the 8th inning, is backed out of there by a Green breaking ball. Sean Green fooled Freddie Sanchez on that pitch.
Yeah, he's got 2 left.
3-1. Pirates with the lead, bottom of the 8th inning, and Freddie Sanchez with a pair of hits. That's a nice clean play. Solid defense by the Pirate fans.
By the way, just a nod over the American League scoreboard. Cleveland and Minnesota scoreless in the 3rd. Kevin Slowey from Upper St. Clair with a 7-1 record. Thank you very much. Scheduled to start tonight for the Twins. Off to a great start.
0-2 pitch reached for and bounced down to Castillo. 1 down. Nate McLouth in the 6th inning got to Johan Santana with Sanchez aboard. Put that one down in the corner, scoring Sanchez. And for Nate McLouth, 7 doubles on the season. And there will be a pitching change as Jerry Manuel is going to go to the bullpen and bring in Ken Takahashi. Our Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen has been made. 3-1 Pirates in the bottom of the 8th. Pitcher on for the Mets. Let's take a look at the Verizon Wireless, the road ahead. Here's the schedule of upcoming games on FSN. Tomorrow against the Mets. Thursday is off television. Friday, Saturday, Sunday from Houston against the Astros, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. So that's your upcoming schedule. The road ahead brought to you by Verizon Wireless. So Ken Takahashi, who is new to the major leagues, but not new to baseball. Ken Takahashi, a star in the Japanese leagues, made his debut in 1995 and pitched for 13 seasons for the Hiroshima Toyo Carp and was one of the most consistent pitchers they had. He was a former outfielder in college. They've made him a pitcher his senior year, and that's what he's done for a living ever since.
Numbers for the Mets.
And this one is down the right field line, and McLouth will turn first. He'll head for second. Is he going to stop? He's going to third. McLouth safe at third with a triple. First triple of the season for Nate McLouth. He knew he had at least a double.
Yeah, and why not take a shot at 3 base? You got a 3-run lead. You're going to the 9th inning. Take your shot. You don't want to get thrown out at third base under normal circumstances, but he never hesitated.
Well, you saw him about halfway around the base path.
Look.
Picked up third base coach Tony Beasley.
Almost a carbon copy of the double. And this time it kind of stays in the corner. He's looking at it as he rounds first base, but then he's got to rely on Tony Beasley.
Looking now.
Yep. See, the minute that ball gets out of his sight line, he can look at it until he gets to first. The minute he turns towards second, now he's in the hands of the third base coach. Tony says, yeah, give it a run. 1 out. Pirates can get a comparative cheap run, and it would be huge right now.
Dan Worthen, the pitching coach, has come out, talked to Ken Takahashi.
Yeah, and why not? 1 out situation. I said nobody out. You certainly don't want to get thrown out at third, no outs, but 1 out. Yeah, take a run at it.
The infield for the most part in. Corners are in. Middle infielders just inside the bag now for Adam LaRoche. And he takes high and in. McLouth with good speed got himself to third. Adam LaRoche trying to get him in. And LaRoche to the right side. Not enough to get McLeod to score. Tatis will retire LaRoche, and there are 2 down. The infield will move back with 2 down. Tatis always had an eye on McLeod, knew right where he was. And Andy LaRoche to face Takahashi. He's 0 for 3 and looking for a hit. Now wouldn't be a bad time. Andy faced Ken Takahashi once at Citi Field, and that was it. And Jerry Manuel's made a decision. Second trip this inning, so
Once a right-hander.
he's going to take the ball from Ken Takahashi.
Yeah, there's still a ball game involved here. Making his moves.
So Ken Takahashi is done. Hey, thanks for coming, Ken. Our Columbia Gas 811 call to the pen has been made. We'll tell you about the new Mets hurler when we return.
Prevent the Pirates from adding on after the 1-out triple by Nate McLeod.
Ken Takahashi was taking out. Watch what he does as the manager. Jerry Manuel comes out. He bows to him, tips his cap, says thanks for coming to take me out. Manuel likes it, but that's from years of playing in the Japanese leagues. It's all about respect, and he shows it as well as gives it. So Stokes, first pitch to Andy LaRoche. He went around, strike 1. Nothing in 1 to Andy LaRoche, hitting behind his brother Adam in the 5-hole tonight. Nate McLeod, a triple at third base, and LaRoche fouls it back. He's in the hole, 0-2. So Stokes' job was to get LaRoche, and LaRoche's job is to get McLeod in.
Mr. Caps getting it ready out in the Pirate bullpen.
Stokes shaking off the catcher Omir Santos twice. Here's the 0-2, and LaRoche fouls it, stays alive. Came with a change of pace, and LaRoche just got a piece of it. It's the problem when you dig in, you sit dead red, and then that changeup comes in there. You're always on your front foot.
Yep. You might have a little bit left, but you're going to have a kind of an arm swing. It's not, your body is done. It's not going to help you. You can drive the ball, but not very far.
0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. LaRoche is turning into that prospect the Dodgers thought he'd be.
Indeed.
He's got a great view, huh?
He's looking good.
Focus, focus. Tatis back of first. And he'll retire Andy LaRoche, and the Pirates strand Nate McLouth, but we'll go to the top of the ninth. The big bull rider, Matt Capps, will come on to try to save it. It's a 3-1 Pirate lead. For his 12th save. He's at 11 right now and trying to save this one for Zach Duke. Opponent's hitting .348 against Matt. A lot of that happened in one game. But he has really settled down in the last couple of weeks. And he will face Fernando Tatis, Omir Santos, and Wilson Valdez in the top of the ninth inning. Hits are even at 8. Score is uneven. Pirates with a 3-1 lead. And Zach Duke.
All we can do is watch.
He can just watch right now.
Some guys pace, some guys stay in the dugout, some guys stay in the clubhouse.
You just take a position after a while, after you've been doing it for a while, that there's just nothing you can do, and or do you really get wound up over it?
You get wound. I don't think it ever gets easy. It never got easy for me. I'd wear out at least 2 or 3 miles walking between the clubhouse and the dugout.
Strike one call.
I'll take nothing from Tatis, Santos, and Martinez, but not all that bad to be on the other side of David Wright and Gary Sheffield.
Two balls and a strike. Omir Santos out on deck to catch it. The pitch. This one to the right side. Sanchez. Nice stop. And there's one down.
Nice play by Freddie to go down and go over to his left, make the play. Ball well hit.
Sanchez taking a would-be hit away.
Yeah, an above average play, but I've got so many circles. I don't know if that qualifies for sir. There have been so many circles.
You're out of lead in your pencil over there, aren't you? One ball, no strikes to Santos. And he'll take a strike.
Yeah, I've got enough left here. We could get another outstanding defensive play. We can circle it.
Popped up. Jaramillo loses the mask. And the Pirates are an out away now. Jaramillo slipped in the on-deck circle. It's a kind of a hard surface. There's a bat over there. Let's see. He did slip a little bit right on the bats.
Wow. Ooh. That can be a drop. It can be a broken ankle. It could be both of those things, but it is an out.
And the Mets.
Good concentration.
Mets now down to their final out.
They tried everything down.
Yeah.
Trying to get a guy to slip on the bat.
And Zach Duke. All he can do is watch. Here's Cap's first pitch, and Valdez takes a strike. Well, fans into it here in the ninth. 0-1. This one a foul ball, and now the Mets down to their final strike tonight. And Matt Capps is looking strong after that scare he had in Chicago against the Cubs. Thought his elbow was seriously injured. Took a couple of days off. He's back throwing. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. And the Pirates won it.
Yeah. And the Pirates now can say they have won maybe their most satisfying game of the season. That is such a good win in so many ways. And we'll talk about that as we go on through the evening.